Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy Jay, and this is Football Talk. And this one is for all y'all Kansas City fans that be in my comments. 10 times the NFL was exposed for rigging Kansas City Chiefs games. Now, the one reason why I am reacting to this one in particular is because I had a little back and forth with some Kansas City fans in one of my videos. I believe it was the AFC Championship game, if I'm not mistaken. It could be yeah, it was the Bills one. Chiefs versus Bills. And we had mutual back not mutual, like, little back and forth or whatever. And they was throwing out stats and said, well, actually, it was like this, and it was just like, okay, okay. So I figure I react to this video, um, and Kansas City fans once again are going to defend their team, which is all right with me. Okay, it's cool with me. I just feel like they should accept that they do get calls that can impact the game. That's all I'm saying. You could say the Patriots been caught cheating. Okay, I gave you that. But can we agree that the Chiefs get calls that other teams would not get? That's all I'm saying. Especially in the postseason. All I'm saying. But without further ado, because this is already a long one and a long intro, let's get into it.
These Chiefs have received a helping hand from the NFL refs time and time and time and time again.
Steps out of bounds at about the 22. And the official, look at that. John Hussey helps him up.
Legitimately feels like these games are scripted like it's the WWE. So with that said, how about we dive into 10 games involving the Kansas City Chiefs that looked totally rigged in their favor. 2024 AFC Divisional Round versus Houston Texans. For starters, allow
There's
us to
two
present to you
on
this
this one.
atrocious roughing the passer call against Houston defensive end Will Anderson Jr. on Patrick Mahomes in the first quarter.
First contact
How
was
is
to
that
the
roughing
upper
the
chest
passer?
area. I didn't see anything there that supported
How?
Yes, the officials really did call that in a playoff game. Oh, and
I think it's
now
because
that they've
they
introduced
touched
a new
Patrick
rule to
Mahomes.
ban
That's why.
hip drop tackles, apparently that doesn't apply to the Chiefs. Specifically, Brian Cooks when he delivered such a tackle on Texans tight end
Damn.
Dalton
Oh, I
Schultz.
don't.
Oh, and allow us not to forget the granddaddy of them all.
And no
the
co-
absolute worst of the worst calls to benefit the Kansas City Chiefs. Henry To'o getting flagged on unnecessary roughness when he literally completed the cleanest of clean tackles on Mahomes.
Unnecessary roughness. Defense number 39.
Come on. I could not disagree with that one more.
When this happened, I cut off the TV. I turned to another channel because now it's just like, okay, I we already knew what the refs want, but now it's legit. They ran into each other. They didn't even touch Mahomes to warrant a flag. Mahomes do this stuff. He or like when he's about to go out of bounds, he will like act like all right, he about to slow down and just go out of bounds, and then like at the last second he'll keep on going, and now there's a flag because you whistled at him or you blew his direction. Like, bro, there has to be like the committee, not the committee, the NFL rules, whatever board has to have a rule for quarterbacks that do this. Like they cannot continue to do this because now it's dangerous on the defensive players. I know we are offensive type of league and that's what people want to see, but at the same time, you gotta give defense something. Something. They can't even touch nobody anymore. It's ridiculous.
So that leads to Mahomes throwing a touchdown to Travis Kelce, and the Texans never
And that's for
recovered.
all
Thanks
quarterbacks
to a clown show of officiating,
that
the
do
Chiefs
that.
won 23-14
Not just- not
to reach
just
their
Mahomes.
7th straight AFC Championship game.
Troy, I agree with you. There's no forcible contact to the head neck area of him. That should not have been a foul.
Oh, sorry. Forgot I had it on mute.
Good on D'Amico Ryan, CJ Stroud, Joe Mixon, and Anderson Jr. for calling out the refs after the game. Someone had to do it.
We knew it was going to be us against the refs going into this game.
Super Bowl 57 versus
Oh
Philadelphia
my
Eagles.
God.
This showdown between Jalen Hurts' Eagles and Patrick
This
Mahomes'
shit
Chiefs was
right here-
really
this was
shaping
the
up
start
to
of it
be
for me.
perhaps, I don't know, the greatest Super Bowl of them all. And yet, unless you're a KC
One hell of a
fan,
Super
you're
Bowl.
probably like the rest of us in that you only remember this ending on a pathetic officiating call. The back and forth barn burner was tied 35 apiece with less than 2 minutes to go. Facing a pivotal 3rd and 8 situation, the Chiefs just needed one more first down to melt the clock and set up a Harrison Butker game-winning field goal. Mahomes' pass to Juju Smith-Schuster fell incomplete to seemingly set up 4th down and give Hurts plenty of time to play hero. But Carl Sheffer's crew flagged James Bradbury for a tacky defensive holding
Now, if
call
he was
against
holding
Smith-Schuster.
him
So
all
KC
the
got to
way,
drain out most
I
of the
could see
clock
it.
and set up Butker for the game-winning field goal. Guarantee you that if it was any other team in that situation, the refs wouldn't have called
If
it.
it was
Week
any
14,
other team.
2019 versus New England Patriots. Just how bad was the officiating in this game? Well, the refs took not one, but 2 Patriots touchdowns off the board. Trailing by 10 points late in the 3rd quarter, the Pats D forced a potential game-changing Travis Kelce fumble in their own territory to take over possession. But here's the catch. The refs blew the whistle early, a la
Are you
Miles
fucking-
Jack, and wiped a defensive fumble return TD off the board.
What?
And then on the ensuing Patriots possession, Tom Brady found N'Keal Harry for a touchdown to cut the lead to 4.
Looked up at the Giants screen and has already run down to start celebrating because he knows that's a touchdown.
But the ref incorrectly ruled that
Oh,
Harry
fucking
had
okay.
stepped out of
Okay.
bounds at the
What the
3-yard
fuck,
line,
man?
taking
Okay.
that TD off the board.
Chiefs Kingdom. This is who y'all are. There is lit. You know they replayed this over 50 damn times, and they still was like, you know what? Nah, that's the right call. Andy Reid, that's the right call. That's the right call. Like, come on, it's pathetic. And I don't want to hear, oh, you're a Patriots fan. You. This is worse. Okay, these are way worse.
So, the Pats eventually settled for a field goal on that drive. They had a chance to tie it late, but their last drive stalled at the 5-yard line. The Chiefs got their revenge with a 23-16 win, with a shout-out to the refs for costing the Pats 2 touchdowns. Week 2, 2024 versus Cincinnati Bengals. After
This was
sneaking
the
past
start
the
of it
Baltimore
for,
Ravens in the
this
Week
year.
1 kickoff game, the Chiefs renewed the rivalry
Got
with
lucky
Joe
as
Burrow
hell.
and the Bengals at Arrowhead Stadium. The Bengals had the back-to-back defending champions at their mercy, up 25-23 with only 48 seconds left. Mahomes and the Chiefs faced a brutal 4th and 16 situation from their own 35-yard line and needed some form of a miracle to stay alive. And,
Poor
when we
ref.
say miracle, we mean another helping hand from the refs.
Throw it on the run.
You
and
did
it's
your
broken
job.
up, and there's no flag. Home flag comes in late.
As Dijon Anthony was flagged for pass interference on Rashee Rice. Yeah, that awful call
He
gave
literally
Kansas City
got
a
there
fresh
at
set
that
of
same
downs and
time.
led to Harrison Butker's game-winning 51-yard field goal. Thanks, Zebras. 2022 AFC Championship game versus Cincinnati Bengals. Burrow's Bengals visited Mahomes' Chiefs at Arrowhead in a rematch of the thrilling 2021
I'm trying to remember
AFC
which-
Championship game, which Cincy won in overtime on an Evan McPherson field goal. For starters, the Bengals forced a punt early in the 4th quarter with the game tied. After the play, however, the refs restarted the play with no clear-cut explanation.
Oh, I
So,
remember
out of
this
nowhere,
shit.
KC got another chance on 3rd and
Motherfuckers
9.
got extra fucking down. Where they do that?
We're basically having a third down play do-over.
Oh, and then there was this missed illegal block in the back call on Sky Moore's 29-yard punt return to set up the game-winning drive. So, of course, Harrison Butker drilled the game-winning field goal to send Kansas City to the AFC Championship game, with the Bengals once again falling just short of a Super Bowl dream via referee screw job. Week 13, 2024 versus Las Vegas Raiders.
Really?
The
Against
Chiefs
the
hosted
Raiders?
their
Y'all
AFC
got
West
cheat?
rivals in the second NFL
That's
Black
just-
Friday
oh
game
my
on November
goodness,
29th.
ugh.
As usual,
Just
count on the refs
disgusting.
to spoil a good ending in favor of Kansas City. Quarterback Aiden O'Connell and the Raiders defense played admirably well against the heavily favored Chiefs, trailing 19-17 with less than 2 minutes to go. O'Connell fumbled the snap, however, and the Chiefs quickly pounced on it. But fear not, the refs threw a flag quickly to seemingly call Vegas for a false start that would nullify the game-sealing fumble. So of course the refs wound up calling an illegal shift penalty on the Raiders that the Chiefs were allowed to decline, thus sealing the game for the home team.
Illegal shift. Penalties decline. The Chiefs did recover and take over first down.
We have never seen
What?
anything like that before.
This is something that's been going on for the Chiefs like the past 3 years, if you understand now. If you pay attention.
Week 3, 2000.
Yeah, if you're paying attention, there you go, Ocho. See, this is why I love Ocho.
Kansas City
boy.
led
Keep
Kirk
it
Cousins
real with you,
Falcons
boy.
22-17 on Sunday Night Football with just 4 minutes remaining. Facing a third down situation in the red zone, Cousins targeted big tight end Kyle Pitts with safety Brian Cook in coverage. Despite
Oh,
the mismatch,
this,
Cook managed to
I'm
force
like,
an
are
incomplete
you
pass by committing a
serious?
Genius tactic. That's right. Get away with
He
clear
got,
pass
yes,
interference.
that's what
Genius.
you're supposed to do.
Head's not around, didn't have a chance to make a play on
He
the
did
ball.
not
How
look
about
back
that
for the
one?
The
ball.
Chiefs would force a turnover on downs,
Nothing.
burn some more clock, and make one last defensive stop to win 22-17. Super Bowl 58 versus San Francisco 49ers. 2 years after their thrilling Super Bowl 54 clash in Miami, the Chiefs and 49ers squared off in the big dance once again, this time at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, Nevada. You just knew that this game was somehow going to come down to several bad calls, and yeah, of course the Chiefs were again the beneficiary. You know, such as the ridiculous amount of times their O-line got away with blatant holding on Nick Bosa.
you
This wasn't even the
serious?
worst call, though.
On film, Taylor's penalties. Anything stand out when you watch them?
They hold a lot.
On KC's game-winning overtime drive, Mahomes found Rashee Rice for a 13-yard catch on 3rd and 6. Look below, though, and you'll see that Chiefs running back Jerick McKinnon got away with a clear hold on 49ers linebacker Fred Warner. The Chiefs, of course, would win the game with Mahomes tossing the Super Bowl clinching touchdown to Mecole Hardman, made largely possible by the O-line getting away with holding all day long. 2023 AFC Championship game versus Baltimore Ravens. With only 3.5 minutes remaining, the Ravens were forced to settle for a Justin Tucker field goal after Isaiah Likely was clearly interfered with on this 3rd down play.
That should have been called.
Yeah, I agree with you, Tony. I think if that ball's not in the air, you've
That
got
is
defensive
blatant.
holding.
Tucker's field goal cut the lead to 7, but it didn't matter. The Chiefs got the ball back and melted the rest of the clock to reach the Super Bowl for the 4th time in 5 years. All thanks to some help from the refs.
Just throwing it away. Is that going to generate a flag?
Definitely should have. I mean, I saw it from up here.
Super Bowl 54 versus San Francisco 49ers.
Another Super
As
Bowl.
upset as 49ers fans had to be about the officiating in Super Bowl 58, you may forget it was actually miles worse in their first big game showdown 4 years earlier. The first big game changing officiating mistake came late in the waning seconds of the first half when George Kittle's big catch to set up a potential go-ahead field goal was called back because of a cheap offensive PI call. As 49ers
I
fans
remember
surely
this one
recall,
right here.
This was just the start of the crappy officiating. in
Yeah,
favor
yeah,
of the
that
Chiefs.
right
With less
there,
than 10
yeah,
minutes
that
to go
I
in the
was like,
fourth quarter
okay,
and the 49ers
yep,
up
that
10,
well,
KC stopped
Kansas
a
City's
Jimmy
about to win
Garoppolo
this one.
scramble to force a punt. And when we say stopped, we mean get away with what probably was unnecessary roughness. But oh boy, the worst was yet
It wasn't
to
on
come,
Mahomes,
ladies
so
and
don't
gentlemen.
count.
You know how any head-to-head
Ain't that right,
contact
Riaz?
on the quarterback is supposed to be roughing the passer? Well, not if the Chiefs committed in a big game. Garoppolo was hit in the head on a 3rd down play with his team clinging to a 3-point lead. But don't worry, the refs just had to miss it so that Mahomes could get the ball back and later hit Damian Williams for the game-winning touchdown. You know, looking back on it, we should have known that this was the start of the Chiefs' dynastic run that would largely be fueled by officiating, huh?
Whoa. I ain't gonna read this out loud. I throw 35 fives that game for. Yo. NFL ref talking about me again. Oh man, nah, that's. I normally say that's
By
fucked up, but that's true.
officiating,
That is definitely true.
Gotten protection or anything like that from officials?
And not. I don't feel that way. I mean, I just try to play football at the end of the day. the referees are doing their best to call the game as fair and as
No,
proper as they possibly
no.
can. And all
You
you can do is
don't
go out there
believe
and play
that
the
at this
game
moment.
that you love as hard as
Look
you
at
can and
He
live
don't
with the
even believe
result.
it.
Oh, really?
F***ing terrible. F***ing worst call I've ever f***ing seen, man.
But hey, which other
Wow.
games were clearly scripted for the
It's
Kansas
crazy
City
when it
Chiefs?
happened
Were
to
there
you,
any
huh?
notable examples
That
that we may
shit
have missed?
crazy.
Let us know in the comment section
Was it
below.
fair
And if
though?
you like
You
this
said
video,
they
leave
called
a
it
finger
fair
to
though.
the
Ho, Mahomes. Nah, Mahomes. You said they called it fair. So what was that? Where's fucking KFC? Have you seen yours? But they call it fair. You just said they call it fair. And I don't really think it ain't how they call it fair. They call it fair? Really? 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 I guess that's fair, huh? I don't know why you was cussing and stuff. But it was fair, right? Get the fuck out of here, bro. I'm tired going over this subject. I just wanted to watch this video just to, you know. I already know Chiefs fans, they're gonna come with something. I'm already knowing. Alright? I'm prepared. And let's hash it out in the comments. That's gonna do it for me, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this reaction. Love you guys. See you guys in the next.